Hello aspirants, my name is Virendra Singh Dewda and I have secured AIR 24 in Engineering Services Exam 2021 in Civil Engineering branch. I graduated from Indian Institute of Technology Bhubaneswar in 2018 from Civil Engineering branch. After that I worked in L&T Constructions for 7 months and then I started preparing full time for engineering services in Delhi by joining a coaching institute. In 2019 I fully prepared for engineering services and then gave my first attempt in ESE 2020, but I couldn't clear the prelims of my first attempt. After that due to COVID there were some delays, so I joined Made Easy Publications as a content developer to sustain my preparation and clear my finances. So I then continued my preparation for my second attempt in ESE 2021 along with job, and in my second attempt I have secured AIR 24. Now I'll tell you something about engineering services exam. Engineering services exam is conducted by UPSC for taking the grade A officers from engineering sections of for Government of India. There are mainly 4 branches in engineering services: civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering and electronics and instrumentation engineering. Now in all these 4 branches the rank list will be declared separate. That means there will be 4 AIR ones. Now I have secured AIR 24 in civil engineering branch. Now I'll tell you about my preparation strategy for different stages of engineering services. There are mainly 3 stages: prelims, mains and then the personality test. For prelims, mainly the width of the syllabus is judged. So that is why it is the most important to prepare each and every subject of civil engineering. So for that आपको सारे सब्जेक्ट्स, इवन छोटे छोटे सब्जेक्ट्स जैसे कि टनल इंजीनियरिंग, देन रेलवे इंजीनियरिंग, एयरपोर्ट, even highway maintenance, highway construction, even geology, remote sensing, you have to prepare these subjects also. Now for these small subjects you have to read either booklets from your institutes have provided booklets, or you can just prepare them by studying through previous year questions. You have to read all the solutions of the previous year questions as well to prepare them. Now that is what my strategy has been for these subjects, because we prepare all the other main subjects like SOM, structure, RCC, soil, environment. We'll prepare them nicely, but these small subjects will matter a lot, especially in prelims exam. So this is for the technical part. Now for GS part, it is very unconventional. We cannot judge what will be asked in GS part, but we can judge mainly for some subjects like mathematics and aptitude. So for I personally worked a lot in my mathematics and aptitude parts, and that has been the main part of my score of the GS section. And after that 3-4 more subjects like quality and environment and project management. Being a civil engineer, project management is also part of my technical part. So I prepared these 3 subjects and 2 subjects thoroughly, and other subjects I just read once from the notes provided in classes. Now this is for prelims, and then for mains. And you have to remember that during your prelims preparation only you have to prepare short notes, because in prelims small things will be asked in objectives and you have to be wary of each and every concept. So, and these concepts could be revised again and again by using short notes only. You cannot read all your notes many times, because there will be the bulk of the notes will be very high, the volume of the notes will be very high. So you have to make short notes so that you can complete whole civil engineering in 2-3 days just before exam. So you have to prepare short notes, and for short notes especially, make the short notes dynamic. That is, you have to leave blank pages. That is what I used to do. I used to leave blank pages after each and every chapter, so that any new subjects that I am getting, I'll add that new concept or new formula in my short note only. So that is why in that way I'll revise the new concepts also many times. Then for mains is mostly question practice. There are two main parts, like numerical part and the theory part. For numerical part, you have to just practice the previous year questions of engineering services. That is sufficient for base of the mains. Then you have to give test series of at least 2 coaching institutes. In that way you will you will develop a mindset to give the exam. So when you will make any mistake in test series, by when you are solving a question in examination mindset, then only you will remember it for longer time, and like that you will make many mistakes in test series, and those mistakes you will remember whenever you are solving any question, that these things, these are the points where I can make mistakes. So in this way your accuracy will increase, as well as for speed also you have to solve many questions. So that is why you have to give more and more tests. So that is what I did. I gave test series for my prelims and mains for at least 2 coaching institutes. Also for the theoretical part of mains, the mains theoretical part are mostly from BMC and environment. For theoretical part, what I used to do is read the technical, read the previous year questions thorough, fully, and mark the points that you have to remember in previous year books only. And then in test series you will get newer questions. For just prepare theory questions of BMC and environment from previous year only, and then solve test series. During test series you will have to write the questions. In that way you will get practice to write theoretical questions also. And in test series they will add newer questions from civil services as well as from IFS, Indian Forest Services. So in that way newer questions can also be prepared through test series only. Previous year is the basis of the mains examination, and then by giving test series you can prepare for some newer questions, because the newer questions will be put in test series from civil services and from standard books as well. So newer questions will be prepared from civil services exam, and even theoretical questions could also be prepared from test series only. You will write those questions in test series. In that way theoretical questions could also be solved. Then for personality test, the third stage, it is having 200 marks, but these 200 marks can be very important. Like in my case, my interview score was almost 25 marks more than the average. So that improved my rank a lot. So now for preparation of this interview, firstly you have to make DAF, which is the detailed application form. So in that form you will give your particulars, like where you have studied, where you have completed your graduation, your schooling, and what is your hometown, and what are your extracurricular activities, which sports you have played, what are your interests, what are your achievements. You will put everything in that, and that is what the chairman of the board will ask. Now the interview board has 4 members. One will be the chairman, which will be board member of the UPSC, and 3 other members, which are mostly technical professors or senior engineering services officer. So now it is generally only chairman gives, mostly chairman gives you marks. So and chairman asks you from your DAF only. So be wary of whatever you are putting in your DAF. So any place that you have mentioned, any school, any sport, any project or any achievement you are mentioning there, you have to be thorough with all the cross questions that can ask. So you prepare all these short notes about everything that you have, every place you read the small history, and all the projects that are going for civil engineering. Projects are very important, so do that. And then and this is the part of the DAF that you have to prepare. And for engineering, you have already read so much that not much have to be done in engineering part. That will come to you naturally. Only just read newspaper for at least 1.5 months before that, and especially the news related to constructions, infrastructure projects and environmental issues. Like these three are burning issues in which questions are asked. Even from technical panel also they can ask questions related to any project that is happening happening around you or in the country. So that is how you have to prepare for interview. And if you have done a job, then prepare your job very nicely, because that is what was asked mostly from me. In even all three members and my chairman, all board asked me a lot from my work in L&T only, so L&T constructions only. Even when I have worked for just for 6-7 months, then also they have scrutinized each and everything that I was telling about my job. So prepare your job very nicely. This is the main thing for interview. Now I will share what were my mistakes in my first attempt, and what new things that I have done in my second attempt, because in first attempt I couldn't even clear prelims by 1 mark. I was very unfortunate to not clear prelims, but in my second attempt I have focused more and more on question practice. Firstly, solving the previous years fully, and even for smaller topics I read all the small things, every question, every ambiguous questions also. I just, if I am not able to understand any question, I'll just remember it. Whatever the solution is given, I'll just remember it. So that is how I did for previous year. And after that I gave more and more tests, more and more, so that I can solve more and more questions. And in those tests I'll make mistakes. I'll note every mistake of me, like whatever mistake I'm doing, I'll note that mistake. And just before exam, 1 week before exam, in the last week of my exam, I'll go through those mistakes again. So to get all these mistakes and all these problems, it is important that if you are giving a test of 3 hours, then it will take you at least 3 hours more to analyze the test fully, the questions that you have done, the questions that you couldn't do. So even for the question that you have done, you in solution you may get easier way. So that is how you can improve. And in the questions that you couldn't solve, you mark those questions and you note those questions and revise those just before exam. So that is this is the main thing. I relied more on question practice and test series. That is the main main change that I have done. And since I prepared mains along with job, in my second attempt I have given with job. So you have to give at least 4-5 hours every day. Now you have to be disciplined about it, because since you are giving your bulk of the time of the day in your job, so it is important to give at least 5 hours in to your preparation also. Because and since you are going to a job, so it will be a refreshing, and it will give you a refreshing environment also. So it won't become monotonous like it generally occurs when you are full time preparing. Like that is what I have seen in my first attempt. In second attempt, my preparation was not that monotonous because I used to interact with people in my job, so and they also used to motivate me. So that is how I kept myself motivating, and they helped me a lot. My colleagues in my jobs, they have helped me a lot. So that is how I prepared for mains. And for interview, I totally you know, concentrated on my job and DAF, because I knew that I have already prepared civil engineering a lot, so my technical part was already good. I had to prepare this DAF and my job again, so I prepared for it, and I could score. And you have to remember that they already know that you know technical, you have technical knowledge. That is how you have cleared the prelims and then mains, and you are giving interview. So what they have to see is your personality, how you react when you don't know the answer, how you react when you know the answer. You have to be calm and composed in every way. Like in my interview, I'll just share a question that I worked in L&T construction. So they asked me how was your interaction with your client, and then I told that ma'am, my chairman was ma'am Smita Nagaraj ma'am. Then I told that ma'am, my interaction with client was minimal. We generally interacted with a third party consultant, technical consultant, but interaction with them was not that good, because most of the people in technical consultant were not that technically sound. So at that point, ma'am asked me a cross question, that what do you mean they were not technically sound? Were they not technical people? Were they not of technical background, or what was the issue? So at that time I composed myself, because this cross question I was not asked, I was not expecting.
DKT इंजीनियरिंग। अगर आप केवल इंजीनियरिंग के वीडियोस देखना चाहते हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करें DKT इंजीनियरिंग। यहाँ आपको इंजीनियरिंग, खासतौर पर जेई मेन और जेई एडवांस से जुड़े टॉपर्स के वीडियो अरेंज फॉर्मेट में मिल जाएंगे। लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दिया गया है।
And then I replied that ma'am, most of the people that I interacted on day-to-day basis didn't have that much good technical knowledge related to site, because I'll prepare a proposal from L&T construction, and then since the technical consultant has to approve it, now I'll have to explain my proposal to them. Like most of the things that I do, I'll have to explain it to them also. In that way, the implementation of the project got delayed many times. So that is what the main issue was. And this is all that I have to say. The most important thing in your preparation is engineering services or any UPSC mostly is 3-staged, and it almost takes 1 year. So you have to be consistent in your preparation. If you do not give up, because I prepared really well for my first attempt in 2020, but I couldn't clear my first stage also. So but after that also I continued my preparation, and because of that not giving, like because of that attitude only, I have secured this good rank in my second attempt. So that is what I will tell you. Like continue your preparation. If your background is not that strong, if you have not prepared well, if you don't have that good question problem solving skills, then you just continue your preparation. It will take time, but believe me, it will happen.